Okay, again for the second part of this problem, it says to calculate the percentage of occupancy for each quarter. So we're looking at January through March. So we're going to take these numbers, 2,895, 2,796, and 2,991, and we're going to add them all together for our total inpatient service days. And then we're going to multiply that by 100. So let's go ahead and lay that out. We have 2,895 plus 2,796 plus 2,991. We're going to multiply that by 100. Okay, the next part, we need to get our totals for our denominator. We have already calculated some of this information. If you will look, we performed the calculations, the bed count times the service days. So we know what our denominator is going to be. We know the total bed count days in the period. The total bed count days in the period is 3,162 because we've done the work here. So let's just go ahead, since we've already calculated this, we're going to take these numbers and use them in our denominator. And so we will have 3,162 plus 2,856 plus 3,596. You certainly could go back through and put 102 times 31 plus 102 times 28 plus 116 times 31. But we've already done this work. This work is done. And so we might as well just use what we did above, and it'll simplify our process. Okay, we complete the calculation. We should get 868,200 over 9,614, and that gives us 90.3%. Okay, next we're going to do April through May for the next quarter. Okay, so when we come back up here, let's go ahead and get our inpatient service days, and you guys probably know what we're going to do. We're going to take April inpatient service days, May inpatient service days, and June inpatient service days for our numerator, and we're going to take for our denominator 3,600, 3,600, and 3,720, and this is going to be our denominator. So let's go ahead and get that set up. Okay, April through May, we have 3,078 plus 3,087 plus 3,396. We're going to multiply that by 100. Our denominator will include the 3,600 plus 3,720 plus 3,600. And that will result in 956,100 over 10,920. That gives us 87.55. We round up to just one place. That gives us 87.6%. Okay, we're going to take a quick look at the third portion of this assignment. It says calculate the percentage of occupancy for the year. Calculate the percentage of occupancy for the entire year. As you can see, this seems like it could be very hard, but if you break it down, it's actually very easy. It just seems a little bit harder than it actually is. Okay, percentage of occupancy for the year. What we're going to do is get our information for our numerator and our denominator, our inpatient service days and our total bed count days. So what we're going to use actually is going to be, let's see if I can get back up there. Okay, is going to be the 2,895 plus 2,796 plus 2,991, which equals 8,682. For April through May, 3,078 plus 3,087 plus 3,396 actually gives us 9,561. And given, let's say we went ahead and calculated the next quarters, I will go ahead and give you that information since we did not do all of the calculations. But June through September, October through December, the total inpatient service days was 10,897. October through December, the total inpatient service days was 11,295, and that's exactly, you would work that exactly as we did here. And so what we do is we're going to go ahead and add our 8,682 plus our 9,561. These are the total inpatient service days for each quarter. January through March, April through June, July through September, and October through December, plus our 10,897 plus 11,295, and we're going to multiply all of that by 100. We get these totals before we multiply by 100 here. After we multiply by 100, that's why we have 956,100. Okay, our denominator. We get this from up here. If you look right here, we have 9,614. For this one, we have 10,920. So what we're going to do is just record that information. Given that we had worked these out for the others, we would have those totals. So actually our denominator for these, we have 11,408 and 11,774. So our denominators, 9,614 plus 10,920 plus 11,408 plus 11,774. If we work this out, we should get a rather large numerator. And our end result for this is actually going to be 92.5%. So this should hopefully simplify some things for this three-step problem. But if you see, you take the information that you have calculated and you're just using it in the steps below. So it works off of each other. You kind of feed off of the work that you've already completed. So if you want to work this out on your own, I highly recommend that you hang on to these answers when you're doing your calculations. Write them down out of your calculator so that you will have these, and it will be easy. Instead of just writing your answer, you'll use this information. So it's important to kind of jot that down.